We're just chucking this out really fast. By the time you hear this, we're already almost there. This is podcast number whatever, who's counting, with Chaille. And Morgan Murphy is here with Tom Konopka. Morgan is down last minute.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I knew you were coming when you sent me a picture out of the airplane window.
No, you didn't, because I sent you a text after that and you said, "You're here?"
Well, no, I didn't know you were in Bisbee.
Oh.
I knew the flight wasn't coming to Bisbee.
Oh.
You have to fly to Tucson.
Now.
But
okay.
You've been talking about possibly coming here at first for months because you're getting your kitchen redone or some shit.
Yeah.
You tell me a lot about and I don't listen.
Yeah, I'm getting a remodel. I'm not going to tell you more about it. If you just told me you don't listen, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm remodeling part of my house, and it's an annoyance to be there.
So you came here to write?
I came here to write and take part in festivities and activities that the area has to offer.
Of which there are none.
I went to many things today.
Today she did.
I went to the Jewish Memorial in Tombstone.
What?
Took myself. Yeah, I took myself to. I keep passing a sign that says like.
Where's this that Native American memorial at Auschwitz?
It was,
hey, it's genocide? Me too.
No, yeah, I went to the Jewish Memorial in Tombstone. There's like a graveyard, and then there's a path off the graveyard, and you really gotta find it.
Well, they advertise it from the road, or they used to.
It says graveyard, and then it says and Jewish Memorial.
Yeah.
And I was always fascinated by it, so I decided to drive out there today, take a look myself as a Jew, and see where all the tough Jews got.
But what was the name of the corral?
Done. Oh, I call it the Oive Corral.
That up.
That was it didn't kill in the gift shop, but I worked on it. I tested it out.
Oh,
but it's not just. Well, this is not authentic. Nothing much in Tombstone is authentic. There's no original.
I get it, but I don't see the I understand that some things might be like, see where old Jim was buried, but there's no reason to fake a Jewish memorial in the middle of Arizona. There's just no purpose to it.
I'm saying that there are graveyards that are authentic. There was no Jewish part of the Jews set this up 30 years ago.
Yeah. Jews built the memorial in 84 because they wanted some recognition that there were some Jews there.
Wait, 1884?
No, 1984. It's 1984.
Boot Hill didn't have a Jewish section back in 1884.
No, it did. It doesn't even have a Jewish section. There's no Jewish names on the tombstone. It's just there's a regular graveyard, and then there's a sign that says if you want to acknowledge Jews, basically walk far away from everybody else
and keep walking,
and then you'll find it. I was the only one at the Jewish part.
Well, from the road, because the sign that you see from the road that includes Jewish, tombstone, cemetery, whatever it says, Jewish. It's an add-on. It looks like it's written by our gang, no girls allowed.
Yeah. Backwards.
That's what all the headstones are like that, where it's like a piece of wood and it says killed by a Chinaman. It all is stuff like that, or what is it? Less more or something.
They had a less more reference.
They had a less more, killed by an A44, never less, never more.
All
all that kind of poetry and stuff.
Yeah, there once was a man from Nantucket. That was on the backside.
Well, from the road, you would assume that when you see that, shitty made sign that you go here, that the actual, tombstone in the day segregated Jewish graves.
Right.
But it's not that at all. It's not even the real graveyard, is it?
Well, I don't know what the history of that particular graveyard. I didn't really
not
dig
the
in.
Jewish part, even the main one. Isn't that like a scam?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it very well could be. I'm just saying that I don't see the point. I can see the point in scamming people with that graveyard. I can't imagine the Jewish part's a scam, because who are you trying to scam?
Why
how
else
many
would a
people
Jew
are
stop
Wait,
there?
Jews don't have money?
No, I just
It's
don't
tourist
think, I don't
dollars.
think
Come
Tombstone's
on.
a big Jew stop.
Well, it never was. But if they're all coming down here to Bisbee, get them on their way back to Tucson.
All right. Well, then they got to turn the sign around. But yeah, it was fun. They had no Jewish stuff in the gift store, so I left. And then I came back to Bisbee, and I got a thoroughly exciting colonic.
Hi-yo.
It's
you say there's nothing to do. I've done cultural events today. I've had
cultured, yeah.
Literally the liquid shit sucked out of me. That's a day.
You look great.
And
it
you
must have
watched
worked.
basketball.
I watched some basketball.
Bingo's,
You should get one of those colonics, by the way.
I got one in Alaska with Becker holding my hand, and because he was going to go next but didn't.
No way, really?
Yeah, it's the second time.
Listen, I'll do you, and you owe me one.
I had one before too. This was the most. It was a thrill. Is that a weird way to describe a colonic?
Bingo's had a
true.
colonic at the same spot at the
Gardens at Mile High Ranch. I want to call. Is that what it's called?
That, yeah.
Yeah, we had this. We may have had the same tube.
Describe the woman. Describe the woman.
Lovely lady. I think her name's Maggie. White hair. I think she has a dolphin tattoo of some sort on her arm, and she is. I mean, what a delight! Like, you walk in and she starts talking to you, and within 5 minutes, you wish she'd be your mother. Like, she's just and she massages pressure points, and she tells you
chakras?
During it. I'm not a colonic expert. She was pointing to a chart, and and then she's like, "Why are you here?" And then I didn't want to say, like, I want to lose weight, so I was like, "Oh, I'm blocked, like my, aura is blocked or something." But she held my hand, and she massaged my pressure points, and she told me I was doing a great job the whole time, which made me
hang on, for my dumb listeners, you know who you are. A colonic is where they put a hose in your ass and fill you full of water to the point you can't not shit. Then you shit through. The one I did was a glass tube, like an aquarium, where they look
it's like
at
back
your
flushing a radiator.
Yeah, they put a tube up your tushy, and you lie down. This is a gravity one where it's basically like, it looks like an Arrowhead bottle hanging from the ceiling, and she talks to you about how it's all filtered, like triple filtered, and you just believe her, and then they just fill you up with water. And you feel pressure, and you kind of say when to stop, when to hold, when to release. And you do that we did it for 45 minutes, and it
45 minutes.
First 10 minutes I wanted to leave, and then the next minute 15 I was like, sign me up for Wednesday.
Oh.
Wait, no.
That's 5 gallons, by the way.
How-
That's 5 gallons. The barrel you showed me yesterday,
Yeah.
that's a 5-gallon barrel.
Well, it fit.
I only vaguely remember my circumstance. I remember the woman sitting, watching the shit come out of me through some kind of glass where she was, because you had to have this.
There was a
some level.
screen I could watch I watched a video of the shit going through a tube.
Wow.
And she tells you the whole thing. It's like, she's like, you'll see yellow, you'll see orange. Like, yellow is basically she was like, one color is the liver, one color is the gallbladder.
Right.
This is what's coming,
One color is your future.
Phenomenal. And she was so excited about it. You gotta go, anyone who comes to Bisbee, you gotta go. This lady, she was so excited about it. She made me excited about it. And then she made me feel at peace. And she was massaging my feet and my legs, my back. And like, she was, she would congratulate me when things would come out. Like, it felt like I did something. I did nothing.
She does this with everybody.
I didn't even shit, like, with effort.
Well,
That is
Tom,
incredible.
That's why I said describe the
incredible.
woman, because when Bingo went up with a gaggle of gals, I think Gretchen went, and they all went to get colonics, and you could tell just how you're talking. I know this town, and I know that woman. If me and Tom and Chaille showed up for colonics, she would not be all happy with dudes. Honestly.
I heard there's a
couldn't-
pressure point.
I couldn't.
I don't know
First of
what
all,
you're
I
talking
couldn't
about.
disagree more. I think it's in her to be a peaceful person. Like, I have never. I think part of why I like I have never relaxed that much in such an uncomfortable setting. I was perfectly relaxed.
I'm telling you, you look incredibly relaxed.
Thank
Even
you.
right now. I'm not kidding.
Thank you.
She did something to you. I don't know.
I don't know what she did.
Becker
to
and
me.
I, the
40
way
minutes and 5 gallons.
The way Becker and I went into our colonic, because we're coming from morning radio on a dare to do this.
Well, that's always fun. Hey, I'm here on a dare. Would you mind
Point
treating me
being,
well?
The moment that we shared a joke about this between two dudes, there's no, hey, honey, you're doing a great job. No, it's
they're pushing a car through the
shit
car
and get
wash.
out.
Yeah.
I don't like your humor.
The guy who shows up at the car wash 5 minutes before closing time. Get it fucking
Yeah, exactly.
through. Yeah. We'll get the
Yeah.
bugs on the bumper.
I think there's only one way to answer to solve this. Basically, is that you have to go.
You're right. Chaille versus Tom, round 1.
You gotta go. You'll love it. I think.
I can do an enema in my bathtub at
She
the house.
actually she told me about things I could do at home by myself, and I said it doesn't seem as fun without you.
When you
Did
went,
you say that?
Yeah.
Dougie, when you went with Becker, was it at the same time where you're like on 2 beds looking into each other's eyes?
No, he
or
didn't
what
go.
the
He
fuck?
was supposed to go next, so he sat
he
in there
just did
with
the old okey-doke.
me and the radio intern that brought us to report back.
It
to
sounds
the
like a
station.
K-whale stunt.
Of course, it's
Yeah,
K-whale.
it's-
And then
He did the old.
I don't. Becker, we'll have to get his side of the story. He
Well,
said,
if
"Oh,
he's a
they said the
magician.
water broke down."
If
I'm
you
like,
They're out of water.
Switch.
No, you got to go. And then she lets you.
Misdirection.
She really lets you determine your own end. She really lets you go.
Your
Hey,
own
no. She's like, should we do another? And I'm like, should we? And then she kind of like got me to be comfortable with doing another round. And then you go and she's like, she's so kind. You don't feel dirty. She's like, oh, sit on the toilet as long as you need to. I'll be in the front. Like
Looking through the
what?
peephole,
What?
yeah.
I need to know where your poop goes. Like when you said this.
Oh,
is,
I don't know. I
Wait,
didn't
hang
ask.
on. No,
You don't get it like when you leave and there's a tooth
Yeah, it's
in a jar.
Yeah, it's
Do you
a
want to
to-go
take this
bag.
with you?
you said it's gravity based.
The stuff coming into your body.
Going in.
I'm
Okay.
picturing, and maybe Tom's the only guy old enough to remember your grandma's red rubber
Douchebag.
douchebag hanging
Yeah.
off the fucking
That's what
shower
she's saying.
curtain.
It's the gravity intake, and then
This, what I was, and this, I did mine maybe 20 years ago, 18 years ago.
95, 96?
No, this is later. This is later K-Whale
Oh, yeah.
days.
That was
This is
after you
after
came up.
9/11 because
Yeah,
it was the weekend. Remember the girl with the strap to the bed and the and
Yeah,
flounder
yeah.
and the
Who?
9/11
We
dildos?
don't say those names.
No, it wasn't even. I said the wrong name. I gave you the wrong.
No one heard that anyway.
You were probably, this is why you didn't like, you were probably in there doing like too soon 9/11 jokes in the colonic
No, but
place.
or
They
hungover.
had machines. There wasn't like a bag hanging
Yeah.
from a fucking.
Yeah.
No. This is
These
like
are
all
pneumatic
natural
presses.
gravity forced stuff.
See,
and-
All
if I could-
natural, meaning we can't afford those machines.
no,
they
there
have
was a
in Anchorage.
video. I mean, they had a video of the poop. I don't know, or whatever
This is the
it
thing.
was.
All right,
Can you
That's
get
a
it
whole
on-
other thing. The appeal to gravity feed is that they're not hooking you up to the water system, the city water, and a 75 psi going into your bowels. They do the gravity because it's basically a low pressure,
Right.
And then at some point you can't do anymore, which is way less than what city water would be.
Yeah, and they I don't know how I honestly couldn't prove any of it, but she really explains the purification process of the water that's used in a way that makes you comfortable.
Yeah, the machine outside Safeway.
Yeah.
We get it. Reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get it too. It's on our
Yes.
thing.
You just keep putting quarters in it, honey, and ring the bell if you need me.
It's the gym water fountain at the Boys and Girls Club in
Yeah.
Sierra Vista. But no, I feel great. I can't believe it, but I do. So going back.
I mean, that's really what it boils down to. You don't need to look at a screen, which you could just have it like Walt Disney World where you think you're going underwater and Captain Nemo's
It's a small
underwater.
world.
It's all fucking fake. You can just have this circulating yellow and red crepe paper
Yeah.
going through a loop with
Yeah.
with an aquarium pump. You don't need that. The fact that you feel good, that's it.
Feel good.
You
And
don't
I think
need
there was
all the
I
pomp
also
and
think there's a
circumstance.
slight delay on on the video feed because she would get excited before I'd see what she was excited about. Do you know what I mean? She'd be like,
she's seen that
this
video
is
before.
This is like the
Oh,
Sting.
here we go. Oh,
like
here
she's
we
seen
go.
it.
This is Oh, you're doing wonderful. Oh, this is fantastic.
so funny.
You know, your body needed this.
Oh, of course.
And then she'll be, here we go, a lot of yellow. And then I'd see yellow swish through. And she'd go, orange, that's fantastic.
What? Because you ate
She's
carrots
reading
and
your-
bell
She's
peppers?
talking
She's
into
reading
doing
your
this
aura.
again.
She didn't. I asked her I wanted to come do it again. I was like, sign me up.
I think you might be let down because it's probably one universal loop, and everybody hears the same exact fucking thing. You would be
Well,
so
it works.
pissed.
Yes.
Look at the
No, it
It's
sells.
the rubbing. It's the rapport. Absolutely.
It works. They got to teach you stuff to say when you become a therapist, right? Like they teach you shit in school that probably didn't even mean
Worst
it.
shit ever.
Worst shit ever.
Did you call this shit?
Yeah.
But
First
I had
of
one
all-
before it was very. If the woman felt very cold, this was not. This was different.
It was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Good for you.
So everyone check
Oh,
it
good.
out.
And who was it? Say it again.
I think her name's Maggie, but it's the owner of the gardens at Mile
No one
High
with white
Ranch.
hair is named Maggie yet, right?
I thought it was Maggie. I might be.
I might-
mean,
She might have been Margaret, and then at some
and
point,
there's a woman who does massages, and you can stay there.
Like,
This
like,
is really getting
like get a
down.
job?
This is going
Hang
to-
on.
wait.
What if one of us who draws short straw, Derek is here too, so you're included, goes to get a massage holding an enema. And as soon as they press on your lower back, you go, oh, sorry, I forgot to let go when I was getting that colonic.
I don't want you guys doing anything that's going to tarnish my reputation there.
No, we wouldn't do
We're not
that.
going to do it. We're not doing anything like
All
that.
right.
I still swear she wouldn't be nearly as nice to a dude unless he's an old hippie, but one of us that looks like
I don't know, man.
I think she'd be
I don't
really nice.
know.
I think if she wasn't nice, there'd be a story behind why, and it would involve you saying or doing something inappropriate.
Hey, we're podcasting. Is that cool if we got to set up a mic?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be really ridiculous to come here and make fun of the thing you're passionate about. Is that all right if I do that?
who is passionate about
She was
flushing
that's-
shit out of someone's
She
ass?
was passionate about it. That's why I was excited to be there, and that's why I'm
she's
going back.
That's why she's suspect.
Because she's good?
It's like, come on, what Jewish rabbi is the guy? I want to do circumcisions. That's me.
No, I don't think your theory is saying like, oh, I like that place because it was shitty, which means they're not tricking you. Like that's your theory.
I think that is his
That
point.
is his theory.
Yeah,
think you-
it's the
That's a
Stanhope
selling
ism.
point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, proctologists, they get into the job for one reason and one reason
and
alone.
people who look in your ass at the airport or the border.
That's not a
Yeah, some of it's a
proctologist. You
kink,
understand
some of
that,
it's
right?
like,
I'm talking about a
palm
medical
reading.
doctor.
I know, but a guy who doesn't have the money for doctor school goes to the border and goes, this guy looks suspicious. That guy, everyone looks suspicious. Not that guy. He's too
As
old.
he's slapping gloves on and
Yeah.
puts his pen light in his mouth. All right, get over here. Let's go.
The pen
I
light.
ain't got all day. Take your time. Take your time.
Wow.
Well, I'm going back Wednesday for
I
the podcast.
I think
about
that's
Wednesday
that
great.
one.
already.
I
Yeah,
think that's great.
Wednesday.
That is good.
Thanks.
Now, you have your own podcast.
Yeah, I think people listening probably know that already. No, they don't. I have a very tiny little local podcast in my neighborhood.
Which is called?
It's called Los Feliz, the podcast, and it's about my neighborhood, Los
You've
Feliz.
got a write-up already.
Yeah,
What's it, three
killing
episodes
it.
in or
3
some shit?
episodes in.
you
Yeah,
can-
we
if-
just talk about the neighborhood and what's going on and what stores are moving into where things used to be, et
I heard the
cetera.
first one. And you and
It's
Robin
on.
are charming.
To find it, go to Feral Audio,
Feral
which
Audio.
is a huge.
Yeah.
It's a conglomerate of a bunch of different styles of podcasts. A lot
Uh-huh.
of comics. One of my favorite is the Hour of Goon is on there. You guys have 3 episodes. It's now up. The
Yeah.
last time you were on the podcast with Bill, the page wasn't up yet, and
Yeah.
none of the episodes. And now you say you got a bunch in the can, so they'll start going out more regularly.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's interesting because I really like it, but there were a couple things like an interview and thing where I was like, oh, I don't want to do work. I
Yeah,
just
no.
want to do this thing that seemed
was on
like
the
it was
first
no
one.
work and that was silly and that was ridiculous. So like, there's a couple things where I'm like, that feels like now it's starting to feel a little like work, but it's fun. I like it. It's my neighbor. I go to my neighbors and we talk about the neighborhood.
Yeah. No, you guys had great
Easy.
chemistry.
That's all I got.
Well, you get a fucking write-up after 3 weeks.
Well, we talked about how they make keys at the local hardware store, and that's groundbreaking.
That is indeed.
We were fucking with you, Erickson and I. When you go, oh yeah, we have a couple in the can, but we haven't put it out yet, and we go, oh, we're gonna do our own Los Feliz only podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you told her.
Put it out before. Please hold.
Yeah, you'd had a colonic. You could get a cigarette.
Is it weird that after the colonic, I didn't feel like smoking?
You were saying that this morning. Is this the first?
Well, no, I've had a few this later, but all day I was fine.
Did it taste any different?
No, I just didn't feel the I don't know what.
What,
I don't
the
know
colonic?
happened. Yeah, after the colonic, I didn't feel like. I felt I would have rather had another colonic than a cigarette.
Wow.
That's how it felt. Now I'm back.
That is deep.
You obviously don't smoke menthols.
This halvesy has been taunting me for 3.5 days, and I knew I could maybe
sitting
not get through this.
Yeah.
This is exactly why I have to fucking hide in and just watch Netflix.
Yeah.
But I'm right back to it.
Anyway,
We were going to fuck with you. Sorry, that's where we just went all off the fucking canvas. I just kept getting closer to fucking snapping, and I go, all right, fuck this. I'm having a cigarette. Yes, we were trying to fuck with your podcast by putting our version of your podcast out before you ever had your premiere episode, and then you get a write-up. If Erickson and I had done that, because he lives in L.A., yeah, maybe we would have gotten a write-up for a spoof podcast of a podcast that doesn't yet exist.
Why don't you do a podcast about our podcast where you talk about our podcast after our podcast?
Talking Los Feliz?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
like a fan podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, sorry. I
just
haven't
walked
been
Morgan.
smoking for so long. But have you noticed my death rattle is pretty much gone
Clear
after
it up.
fucking
That's impressive.
3 full days of
It
not
really
smoking?
is. I don't hear it at all.
I didn't smoke for a few weeks ago. I would have had a bad sinus infection. And I was like, I'm going to stick to it.
Good.
And the minute I felt an ounce better, I was back.
That's okay. Incrementally, you can back up.
How much do you smoke at home?
I've gotten to like a pack a day, but I haven't been doing that lately.
All right.
But yeah, a pack a day is like my, where I know I got to start.
When I travel, especially flying, you're limited. So when I'm sitting out here and there's never a time I can't smoke, I smoke myself to death. And writing that book, just over smoking. I just have one lit in the ashtray.
It's the same with scripts. Like I can't. That's the biggest problem is that I tied it to writing. And then I needed it writing, and then because I was writing so much, I would smoke more because I was writing, and then when I wasn't writing, I was so used to how much I was smoking. It's a terrible cycle. I mean, I got to quit at some point.
It's like an addiction almost.
Is it? It's hard.
It's like an addiction.
It hasn't been hard for 3 days until I have to talk to someone. Someone has an issue, like, fuck, the first thing, a phone rings. I want a cigarette for a split second.
I talk for 15 minutes straight, and you need a cigarette desperately.
Not at all.
Oh.
Let me get to some shit. Morgan,
What?
You're going to be on tour with us.
Yeah.
Hey,
Big
Starting
chunk of
when?
tour.
great.
What is it, the 22nd?
22nd in West Nyack.
And then the dates are on DougStanhope.com. Rattle them off.
I didn't grab those. I'm sorry.
It does. It's fucking,
Yeah,
I don't know.
we've
It's
done 'em.
places in the Northeast.
And Cleveland, right? Am I
Yeah,
crazy?
Cleveland and Pittsburgh
Just added
are as far west as we're going, and then back to New England.
Just added Worcester, and there's more coming.
Yeah.
When's Worcester?
Chad read him off in the
After
last.
you're
June
gone.
June 10th. That
Morgan's
won't-
on
Sorry,
tour.
Worcester.
Morgan's on tour until the 4th of July.
Yeah, her last
And then
day is the 3rd.
We go to her last day is the 3rd. We have the 4th off in Syracuse, and AJ's not going to be there. Fucking asshole. You can stay with me. Oh, I guess we can't because he's moving here Thursday. Anyway, so after Morgan's off the tour, the other support act is Nat Busy. Whoever's Nat Busy that week.
Hey, I think Nat Busy was in that graveyard at Tombstone.
Yeah, Nat.
Still Nat Busy.
Still Nat busy.
So go to DougStanhope.com and get the dates.
Get on the mailing list because every time a new date is added, it goes out and it's an email that goes out to the people in that area.
I don't
So
have
they
any
find out.
merch. Is that bad? I didn't
Yes.
get any more
Can't you get
CDs.
some?
I don't know. I make something.
You really
No,
should.
don't you have your CD?
Origami. I don't have.
Don't you have some boy Friday hanging around your estate during construction hours that can burn some off?
I gotta figure out how fast I can get some CDs, man. I don't think I can do it by then. That being said,
You can have signed colonic bags, like the douche bags, the
Yeah,
old
yeah.
ones. Yeah, it's an idea. Green ones.
I'll sign tits. I signed tits last time I was on tour with you.
Well, at least you got tits.
Yeah.
I usually have to go with ball sacks.
Since we're driving out to New York, Tracy and I, Tracy bought.
What?
Yeah. It works out on paper.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry. I wanted
since
to keep
I'm
talking about
driving,
the thing you brought up.
Tracy is going to be. She's got a bunch of skeins of yarn. She's doing a FunHouse color coasters that will be selling at the merch booth.
No, that's cool. Absolutely.
Not at the farmer's market?
No. She's coming with
Have
me
we
to
talked
New York.
about that? Tracy and Chaille and Joby have been doing the
cleaning up.
booth at
Joby.
the farmer's market with his sourdough bread.
Joby and
Joby's
his
sourdough
bread and his hair. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah,
Joby. A picture of Joby should be on his label for his bread.
oh, that's a good idea.
You know, it should be very like
The eyes.
Thor.
Then they'll just
bread.
want to buy the labels and not the bread.
Oh.
Joby on his bread trading cards.
Here's my
That's
extra
a great
sour
idea.
I'll
sour.
trade you a light rye for a pumpernickel.
I'll make you rise.
He's got a ponytail in the picture with just a wisp of hair hanging
Yeah.
down over an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do the photo shoot. We'll be
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It's already in your head.
Yeah.
So, we'll be driving out. Can you talk about what you're doing? You need.
I'm doing press for,
Yeah.
our special comes out on CISO.
What?
Your special.
Hey. All right, Morgan.
Oh, that's
I have to go
exciting.
out and promote that. So I'm just going to promote you guys. You were there.
That'll be fun. When are you promoting stuff?
I leave Saturday. This will already.
He
be
left
aired
3
by
days
the-
ago.
Yeah, I left 3 days ago. By the time this airs, so yeah, I go out 4 or 5 days ahead.
You
of
might not even
West
be
Nyack.
alive when this airs.
Not at this rate. Not smoking this much. I just had 4 drags of a cigarette. I'm dying again.
Colonic tomorrow.
Clear as a bell, dude.
Where are we staying? Like Four Seasons and stuff?
When you said, "Oh, I ran into Tom down in Old Bisbee," I thought he was getting a colonic too. No, that was in town.
I've been running into. I apparently have friends in Bisbee now. It's very exciting. I love it. I mean, I love it here. I feel like it's a little bit like getting on board your thing.
Yeah.
But I just find it to be easy and delightful and everything that I think I want when I need it, when I don't want to be in LA.
You bumped into Alex O'Meara. He gave you a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with your hair up, he recognized
The lady
you.
who sells hand-painted scarves in that little alley with the vegan restaurant, I saw her and I said, "Hey, my friend Bill bought a scarf," and she was like, "Didn't remember," and I said, "Black guy," and she was like, "Oh yeah!" Like I was like the only black guy who's bought a scarf from her ever.
And I
She
forget
goes, "He's so handsome."
I forget the guy's name that inside the Bisbee coffee shop does those little dolls.
Oh,
Remember the ones he has his hair is blue? Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he has some dolls I need.
Yeah.
There's
Golden
four,
Girls.
in the window of that little Bisbee Mart area is 4 dolls. Each one is it's the cast of the Golden Girls, and I want them for my.
Oh
I
no,
want 'em
those
for my
aren't for
office.
sale. Those aren't for sale.
That just
those will go
draws
quick.
people in.
Yeah, the Pride Festival's coming.
There's supposed to
this
be
week,
a
so you better
curtain up,
get
so
them
you
while
can't
they're
really
hot.
see.
Yeah. No, he did a great one of you and Bango. Classic.
He's like, we have the King of Queens cast. If you
Yeah.
need that,
He's usually there.
we have a Kevin James doll.
I'll talk to him tomorrow. He's usually there.
All right.
Yeah,
No
he's
shit.
the kiosk.
Nice guy. Yeah. We'll get a deal. We'll hook you up.
Look at Tom.
You and Tom probably know Old Bisbee better than I do.
I was thinking that today when I was looking at touristy stuff because like I grew up in LA and people would always tell me like, have you been here? Have you been there? Have you been here? Have you been there? Every tourist thing. And I go, no, I never, live somewhere. You don't go there. And that's how I felt today. Like looking at I almost texted you a few times to go, have you been here? Have you been there? And I was like, there's no reason he would have ever.
No,
done that.
but you're actually walking lighter. As Doug knows, I've been taking on the steps slowly, part of training. I'm going to do the colonic and do that whole fucking Bisbee 1000 in about 15 minutes.
I like it.
Fucking, if it works, if it's that strong, absolutely.
Yeah,
We're going to do some steps somewhere.
Tell me about the gym you were trying to tell me about.
No, I was trying to explain to her Lowell. How do you explain Lowell? It looks like
Where the
it's-
Bisbee Breakfast Club is.
All right.
Yeah,
I
but
know where
mean,
the sign pointing
it's
to the
a
Bisbee
block
Breakfast Club
that
is.
looks like
Okay.
an old, back alley.
It's a
Universal Studios. It looks like a
Looks like a set.
It looks like a
does.
set.
Yeah.
So when we drove by there the very first time I went through there, I think Chaille said, "Oh, and that's the gym." But the gym, the front window has that old school shit, like with the leather strap to
jiggler
shake
thing,
your
the
ass
jiggler
and all
thing
that
that you
old
got.
stuff. I thought it was a goof. Then I really peered in. It's a well-stocked, old school gym with the dumbbells, like going to the original Gold's Gym. It's
Medicine
fucking
ball.
great.
the whole block. It's 100 yards of street, but it's not connected to anything. It's between the pit and the circle. So it's the only thing there, and it's all like vintage facades, actual Woolworths 5 and dime.
Do they film there?
They
I
could.
feel like I've seen filming
dug
in that
there.
area.
We
Yeah.
filmed there a little bit.
You could do a 1950s period piece.
They have everything.
And it's all right there.
Lowell
About
Fire
the
Department.
Jewish pioneers.
Yes.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Lowell used to go up when there was a mountain there.
Is that right?
Yeah. And in the 1950s, when they started to actually do open pit mining there, then it started to just fall in, and they had to actually move homes that were up the hill.
All of
Out of
Bakerville,
Lowell.
the Tweaker district, you know where Bakerville is,
We drove
across
through
from Dairy Queen.
It's one of the neighborhoods.
Those are all the houses that used to be where the hole in the ground is. That's why Lowell ends at a hole in the ground.
I did
It
not-
used to be houses.
Because it kept
and they-
falling
sense.
in. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So what's left is where they actually, stopped like eroding the hill and things stopped falling in.
Yeah.
And it has it's a kind of a bypass, and it's just a one street, and that's where the Americana Festival is every
It's really
March.
April?
March, I think.
They got
March. And it's a slope, so it's a natural like kind of amphitheater thing. It's perfect for what they want. And there's basically 2 businesses there that have put all those facades. Like the Harley Davidson shop has Harley Davidsons in the window, and an Indian motorcycle, and then they
got a
the
karate
gym
thing from
The gym
1972.
was so. I thought it was fake for so long until I drove through there at night one time and I saw dudes in there.
I couldn't believe it. You were nice enough to lend me yours. And then Castle Rock Kenny had Olympic weights in his garage that he didn't even know about, hadn't used. So now I've been trying to work my ass into all this. And lo and behold, that fucking thing's been there all along. 24 hours a day I can go in.
Officer
There's
Bob
nobody-
Friendly hooked you up, right?
Exactly. Thank you, Janice. Absolutely. Because I said I was at Poco's. And I said, I want to train. I want to do something. I wish there was a gym. He says, there's like 3 of them. I said, well, the one in Lowell. I said, do you mean that's an actual gym? He said, of course.
It's not a
gave me
museum
the
for
phone
gym
number.
equipment?
No, but the whole thing looks like a set.
Yeah.
The front of it, it's dusty and all that, but then it says private club. It's fucking killer. I'm loving it.
Yeah, there's and
love
then the
it.
speed
I will
shop
train my ass off.
and then the photographer. Those are the 2 guys that have done all of that. And there's also a space down there, which we should find out what it is. There's an open space that they're renting for wedding receptions and stuff. That's down there. That's completely enclosed. And at night, you can tell what's actually been lived in or what's a business because at night you can't hide.
We went there. There was that little fundraiser, whatever it was, for the
that's it.
yellow,
Yeah.
right? Where they had all the dancers and this and that. They had the bar. They had the food. They said you had done some comedy, something or other there.
Yeah, we hosted it.
Whatever. But I'm just saying,
the dating game.
You drive by the front of that, you'd have no idea that even exists.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a hip little place. I like it. Yeah, it looks good. I do like it.
And you've been keeping fit with your Blue Apron.
Yes, I have. Let me see. About 2 weeks ago, it was a beef knockwurst and sauerkraut. Now, see, that's not a big foo-foo. Everybody's worried about the furikake. It's a knockwurst and a sauerkraut.
You're a Polak, so
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm German also, so I'm next to the worst, as they say. Stop it. And, yeah, that was great. I get to make my own sauerkraut. But,
Wait, you made your own sauerkraut? They did.
Yeah, no, they actually.
Of sauerkraut?
No. You have a green cabbage and you let it marinate, and you're throwing on, what was it, vinegar and sugar. I'm looking at it, and you let it marinate, and it was fucking great. It was great.
So they give you the exact amount of vinegar.
Everything.
Yeah.
Obviously we've already talked. Everything. It's just cooked by number. But the knockwurst was like a 13-inch, a big fucking knockwurst. So if you're hungry or if you're horny, Blue Apron will fill you up. And for next week, let's see, seared steak fingerling. I've never heard of that. Fingerling potatoes.
I love
Have
a
you heard?
fingerling potato, little ones.
They're the little
Yeah.
ones.
I think baby knockwurst.
Wait, what
There you go.
are those? Because Bingo saw those in your kitchen today.
Those are my fingerlings.
Are those fingerlings?
I'm fingerling my potatoes.
She goes,
as
what are
you
these?
watch.
The potatoes. And I go, I think that's some kind
little
of root.
No.
She goes, no, they're potatoes. And I look closer. Yeah, those are potatoes, but they're
I'm going to go home and fingerling my potatoes.
a
But they
little
are.
Oh, they're
bigger than
great for a
planter's-
potato salad, fingerling potatoes.
Fingerling.
I
They're
love
fingerling
I
good.
love a fingerling potato.
Just even hearing you say it.
I
it's
can't
much
tell if
better
you're
after
being
the colonic.
I am
sarcastic.
not at all.
Yeah, no,
A fingerling potato
looks
salad
serious.
is fantastic.
That's it.
They're very small. They cook fast. They get soft.
They're like stubby little midget fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
It almost did.
Yeah, they look. You know what they look like? Almost exactly.
What?
A micro
Midget
penis.
Oh, well, there we go.
That's okay.
Blue Apron.
Blue Apron. Okay. And next week it's going to be what? Spicy pork and rice
This week.
bowls?
That's what's coming this week.
Oh, it is this week? Well, it's got the shiitake mushrooms and the summer squash. And again, just a great mix of stuff to bread. It's all good.
Wait,
It's
which one
healthy,
is
it's
that?
The first one is remember you get 3. This
Yeah.
is the spicy pork and rice bowl.
Yeah, that's the bowl.
So it's summer squash. We're in summertime, so
I
it's
feel
going to
like
be a little bit of fresh.
all of these dishes have things that would make like a 13-year-old giggle, like shiitake and
And the
fingerling,
fingerlings,
and
exactly.
like a 13-inch
The furikake.
kielbasa.
Don't forget the 13-inch kielbasa.
But you can actually customize your meals. So if you want something that's not suggestive, you can untick that.
Yeah, it's PG. That's it.
Your parental block on
Exactly.
your Blue
I
Apron.
need PG-13 names of the
PG 13
ingredients.
inches.
Yeah.
And
But you can select which proteins are in there. So if you don't want any pork, then you can just unselect that. Or if you want to go vegan, you can go
non-vegan.
vegan.
I don't want the donut and the Kreller in the same box as my kids.
But it's great. It is great stuff.
How are you doing on times on cooking? They say about
Well, you know what
40
the whole
minutes.
thing is? That's an approximation because the reality is the prep time.
Yeah.
If you just take the time, like in the past when I've done it and maybe brought it out to you folks if I wasn't eating it all myself, then you're under like the 35, 40. But if you prepped any of this in advance, it's just chopping, hocking, and cooking. You can get done in less than 20
But
minutes. with a
here's
lot
the
of
other
this.
thing. If you're just a fucking dude that wants to eat a meal that's delivered and you don't want to go, you don't have to do all the weird shit. You can go, fuck mushrooms. I don't want shiitake mushrooms. I just want to eat the pork.
No, but-
I'm just cooking the pork.
No, but you'll not. But I mean, you'll have a more educated, mindset about it. Exactly. Like I've already had. Like if I bought chicken around this, I know how to put it together where it's better than just bland fucking.
But if you're
breasted
not
chicken.
trying to impress some coos
No,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
get all this stuff in your
Yeah.
fridge, you just eat the shit you like. You can just chuck the stuff.
It's all
Fuck
fresh.
That
Yeah.
garnish.
Yeah.
Fuck a garnish. I'm in a bad mood.
You have endless options. That
They
way.
should
And I've
have
done that.
they should have
I've
2
absolutely
versions.
done it.
One for impressing coos, as you so delicately put it,
Impressing coos.
and one for just flying solo and watching the games.
There you
Stuffing
go.
things in my pie hole.
That's it. A
Yeah.
freaking gavone. Let's go. Boom. 5 minutes and out. And I've done all of the above. You have those options.
Hit those bullet points, Chaille.
Hey, check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping. That's right, free shipping. By going to blueapron.com/Stanhope.
Yeah, they do all sorts of organic shit, and they're farm friendly, and they do nice things for the earth. Sometimes you don't give a fuck. You just want food sent to your door so you can sit down on a Friday night and eat by yourself and just throw the meat parts in your head and the heavy starches and fuck all that other stuff. The game is on.
You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait, right, Tom?
Right.
Like a colonic for your mouth.
Like a colonic.
Like a colonic, you will enjoy how it feels and tastes.
That's blueapron.com/Stanhope.
Blue Apron, it's a better way to cook.
I like biscuits and mustard. I also like the Doug Stanhope podcast.
I only really ever smoke half a cigarette. I go back for it.
I'll do a.
Consistent half smoker. That's why
They
Doug
should
and I were going
sell.
to
Didn't
start.
somebody say that they were
Doug and
gonna
I were going to
sell half
start.
cigarettes?
That's what we were going to start. Doug,
Can
you remember
talk
that?
about that?
When we were going to start our half cigarette
Little
company?
half packs.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all I smoke.
Are we going?
We're good. So we're back.
Yeah, half
All
square.
right, yeah, we're back. We're talking about, we had 2 ideas. We were going to do half cigarettes.
Half cigarettes, because that's all I smoke.
Yeah.
I leave half behind.
Yeah. Stanhope and Murphy sounds like a Benson and Hedges.
Yeah.
Yeah, half cigarettes. That's
Like
what
a
people
small
smoke
pack,
now.
or when you can break in half, like filters on both sides
Small
and you snap
pack.
them in
Stanhope
half.
and Murphy
small pack.
halfsies.
Yeah, small.
There it is.
Small pack. For people who have to smoke outside an office building in Minnesota on their lunch break,
And they forgot their
when
gloves.
It's 30 below.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or you want a cigarette and then you forget you don't, you just want to try one and then remember that you don't.
Or for starters, if you're going to start, you don't want to. I mean, you'll
starter
probably be hacking it halfway through.
Yeah.
So it's a good, it's
For
easy.
starters
economical.
and for quitters.
There you
quitters.
go. It's the full Zen circle of death.
But I don't see how this can
Openers
lose.
and closers.
Openers and closers.
Hey.
All right, thank you. Quickly, this poor girl. It's unfortunate when someone gets on Twitter and they have kind of a cute picture, but they only have 4 followers, so you immediately assume that this is a skank bot. And she wrote some nebulous, I don't even remember. She tweeted something at Andy, and he wrote back, and somehow I get included, and I looked at her profile, and I go, this is a fucking obvious bot. You don't have a cute girl with only 4 followers. And I go, Andy, you're obviously talking to a bot. Block that person. And I blocked her. And turns out she was just new on Twitter.
She's just unpopular.
And then I guess a bunch of people gave her shit. I don't know, because I blocked her. But then she emailed me, why do you tell everyone I'm a bot? Now, her name is Natasha Patterson with 1 T. At Natasha Bella D. Natasha Bella D. So she's a real person, and sorry for besmirching your name. She's from the UK, and she sent as a gift an air freshener, which I was going to throw it out because I opened the envelope, and the whole place stunk like something other than cigarettes, and I recoiled. But what the air freshener is, and this is the perfect time to bring it up because I'm regifting it immediately to Morgan Murphy. It says it's the Bristol stool chart.
Oh,
How apropos.
this is my new subject, so I'm very excited about this. Thank you.
Take a read of that.
I am an enthusiast. All of these things came out of me. Type 1, Type 2, Type 4, Type 5, and Type 7.
It's actually a stool chart that's been printed onto an air freshener from some kind of medical organization.
Wow.
And it just has poop on it. And poop is funny.
Yeah. So Type 1 is separate hard lumps like nuts. Type 2, sausage-shaped but lumpy, et cetera, et cetera. I'll use it. I actually will use this because I may or may not have smoked in my rental car. I'll hang this up on my way back to Tucson.
Is the last one called Wild Card? Because that's the only bingo I have. Is what's coming next? No idea.
Oh, that's in color too.
Joker,
That's nice.
Joker. It's a triple.
No whammy, no whammy.
Portland.
The last one's called Bisque.
Are you shitting? Are you
it's
kidding?
not
me?
at all. It's,
Unintentional.
She's kidding.
No, it actually is called biscuit.
no, it's not.
Portland Timber Football Club. That's my team.
Hey.
If you follow the MLS, you know, even if you don't, it's important to always have a favorite team, whatever the sport is. When we came out of World Cup, Jones and Fermor tried to get into MLS. We picked our teams. I'm Portland Timber. You too?
Also,
Murph?
Portland Timber. My
I know Bingo is.
town of birth.
Oh.
She's an Oregon girl.
Sounders.
Seattle Sounders. That's Drew Carey's
Me and Drew
team.
Carey.
Yeah, I lost $1,000 on that, but my loss was the Innocence Project's gain. So we bet for charity.
Yeah.
We don't need each other's $1,000. And do you have a team?
Colorado Rapids.
Colorado Rapids, says Tracy.
Wow.
And the rest of you don't give a fuck.
But we are in qualifying right now for World Cup, which now I didn't know if you knew about it when I told you last night that we're starting to follow it because it's on one of the TVs. Are we doing it? Are we doing a tour following World Cup next year?
Yes, we are. With
All right.
Erickson,
Yeah.
Wow.
the guy that knows.
That's the man to
All right,
bring.
all I can re-gift
Get on mic. Get on mic.
All I can re-gift you, since you're a Portland girl too, is a T-shirt.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, look at that. Oh.
That'll
'Cause I'm
that'll
keeping
fit
the
me
scarf.
one day.
Portland Timber sent me a scarf that I am not getting rid of.
That's a phenomenal scarf.
And
now that I know which one I'm getting, now that I know
Yeah.
I'm getting the lesser of two things, I'm not as excited.
Yeah, sorry, but Timber Army. Come
But
on.
that shirt would look better on you.
But I don't wear T-shirts.
As a scarf.
What are you wearing right now? A white T-shirt.
Well, it's an undershirt.
You can't wear a colorful T-shirt under another shirt?
No, I don't do that.
Oh, sorry.
Because this would be
Guess that answered that.
I'm sorry I didn't know all the weird, strange things
this
about you.
would
that
be
you...
way too big under a shirt.
Oh, okay.
Workers
Well,
of the
I'll,
world
you know,
unite.
I'll try to.
He has the
I'll
scarf,
try to-
he doesn't
I'll
need
try
the
to
shirt.
Pull it over my body. I'll attempt
Jesus,
it.
they're not going to follow you around. Make it like Christmas and go, oh, I love the T-shirt.
I love the
Nana.
shirt. You just, it's
I know, I
it's.
scanned
You
it
know,
up.
when you're a kid and you go down to get presents on Christmas morning, your mom doesn't go, "Here's a Lego. I'm keeping the Nintendo." You know what I mean? Like that's what just happened. I love it. It's my favorite.
But
thing.
didn't your mother teach you how to be polite and go, oh, a Lego is just fine. I love a Lego.
I love the shirt. The scarf is fantastic. I love it.
You're not even a fan. You probably even lied about that. Just
I didn't lie. It's the only
hoping to
team.
get the
It's the only
scarf.
team I even know because that's where I was born. It's where my whole family lives.
Sounds
not
like
a
somebody
fan.
needs a
That's the only
colonic
team
over
I
here,
know.
Morgan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on right
Yeah,
now.
maybe next time you go for a colonic,
please?
keep filling me up till you get the attitude out. it's right past the bisque.
We didn't
She's
go. We didn't
actually-
fill me up to
Putting it on now? Oh,
politeness.
that's
yet.
actually looking quite nice.
There we go.
Morgan.
That's my shirt.
All right, this is the last thank you I'm gonna do, and I'm
I
not.
don't want the Portland Timbers to be mad at me, Doug.
They're wearing their shirt.
Yeah, maybe you should say something nicer about them, and they might send you some shit. What's your address? Give your address out online, and they might send you something.
1920 Hillhurst Avenue, number 302, Los Angeles 90027.
Oh, not Los
That
Feliz?
sounds like a mailboxes, etc.
Yeah.
Right there. That's
BR549.
number.
You're very wrong. It's a Box Brothers.
I wonder how often celebrities have stalkers that sit outside of a mailboxes, etc. Good. He's gonna pick up his mail sometime.
Yeah.
He's Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci.
I was thinking the
doesn't pick up his
exact
own
same
mail.
person. I don't know how
That's
you
so
fucking
funny.
came up with that. I was
Really?
thinking it's exactly like he's got to get a tax refund. He files early, right?
Speaking of perfect segue that I fell into, my last thank you, and I'm not gonna fuck with it because it's a premise I want to start working on stage. This is she sent me, her name is, I can't pronounce it. Ainara from Basque country in Spain.
Wow.
She sent Bingo a nice handmade bracelet thing.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I like
And
her
she-
name, too. It's a lovely
Yep.
name.
If I'm pronouncing it
that
right,
beads?
it might be a
No.
horrible
No,
name that
this
I
is-
pronounce so perfectly that she's going to go, oh, I'm going to change it to that.
It really is nice. It looked great on Big Red.
Beautiful.
Well, she sent me a keychain with my album cover. Look at
that out.
that. She sent me a keychain with my album cover in some kind of weird glass laminate thing.
Oh, that's
That was nice too.
Very nice.
She does handmade stuff.
Beautiful.
Yep.
But she wasn't sending us stuff. She was sending the main package was this.
To who?
It was this bracelet for Johnny
Oh,
Depp that I probably drunkenly said something sarcastic to her because I get a lot of emails and people that want to contact mostly hugely crazy people, all hugely crazy people, including friends who have said, hey, you think you could pass this screenplay? No! Are you fucking kidding?
that's unbelievable.
You know who you are.
Sorry.
So she sent a long letter, and I'm not going to fuck with you. You have some delusions, and it's a nice bracelet. I'm not going to give this to Johnny. If I said something sarcastically that didn't cross and translate the language barrier, sarcasm is the last thing to. Yeah, no, I'm not going to give it to him. I don't. And I'm not going to, I wouldn't give him my screenplay. If I thought it was great,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. So And I'll talk about this on the road because there's a lot of meat to this where there's not a lot of meat to my act. But I want to talk about the crazies. So thank you very much. You did beautiful work. And please,
Absolutely.
Until further notice, where I gauge my own moral barometer on this road trip to figure out when it's okay and not okay to fuck with people who might have some kind of disorder. All right, we'll get to that on the road. Thank you, Morgan Murphy, Tom Konopka, Greg Chaille. What else you got?
I got to take care of this. This guy sent us, Christopher sent us T-shirts for everyone.
Oh,
here's
fuck.
one. Here's one for Chad. I know we were supposed to start it with that. Here's one for me. Tragical Misery Tour 2018. I don't know if that's
look
been
at that.
done. Tom,
That's
here's
very
yours.
witty.
It's kind of a, well, it's yours. It's a guitar.
it's the evolutionary
Yeah, evolutionary.
chart.
I like
Bingo,
it.
here's yours. Panamint Springs, by the way.
Nice.
Hell on Earth, 2005.
Super cute.
Just we appreciate it, but
That's very
Bingo's
cool.
not a large, by the way. So, and
This will
Doug,
She'll grow into it.
Yeah.
This is
Doug, here's yours. You got an extra large. It's also the Panamint Springs, which I love that people still keep Panamint Springs alive. So
You
thank
better be so grateful for that
is
shirt
it?
right
Who you
now on the
thanking?
air. And
Christopher, thank you very much.
hey, Christopher, we thank you.
Maybe we should close on our sizes. I am a large.
No, you're a medium.
Well, no, I'm a medium if it's an undershirt. I'm a large if I'm wearing it just as a T-shirt. I'm a large, which I never wear unless it says Panamint Springs on it. Timber Army, no, I'll fucking chuck that to the wayside.
Which you would also wear as a T-shirt, so only send him mediums. Seriously, Doug.
if Doug's a large, I'm a fucking parachute. What?
Doug's not a large. He's a medium. Yeah. I'm telling you, Doug.
All right, I'm a medium.
I just found one of your shirts in the wash. It's a medium.
Yeah.
Which one?
The DKNY.
Oh, that's an undershirt.
Well, yes. That's
Yeah, the
all you
fucking-
wear.
The rape trailer is a large. The fucking you're gonna die is a large. I have 4 T-shirts that I occasionally wear to bother people. Tom, XL,
Yeah, XL.
Tracy,
Women's medium, men's small.
women's medium, men's small.
Boob shirts.
She's
Boob
in the
shirts.
she's
Got
in
the
the
boobage.
she's in the T-shirt game, so
Yes.
she knows sizing.
She would know.
Bingo's small or medium.
Yeah.
But she will wear this extra large around the house.
Yeah. And Morgan?
I don't know now.
Humana.
Termite tent. A fucking, I don't know. I like a big shirt. I like an XL, whatever, a large XL in
Yeah.
whatever gender you think I am. By
And
my
Chad
voice.
is always double X or
Chad's double X, and I'm a medium.
cool. That's good.
That's it.
Is Chad going to be? You're going to be
We're leaving.
with me.
We're already
I was gonna
gone.
say, are you
Doug,
gonna-
I'm going to see you in 2 days. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
And quick, this is real quick. I just finished reading Bingo's book.
Bingo's
I don't know
book.
what's- Yeah, it's official. Let me out. What else am I going to say? Because it's true. It's a great fucking read. It's a lot deeper and a lot more revealing than I thought it was going to be. It's great. And then you get our music.
Yeah.
You get the CD with it, and that's killer.
It will be. We're still waiting to hear back. It's getting coded for digital release, so we will give
It's
you.
on the way.
We'll tease you when we know when
on
that's
its
ready
way.
for release. We'll give you 3 weeks or a month notice for pre-sales. Hype it.
And don't forget, you can pre-order Doug's new book. This is not
Fame. You can get
not
that
Fame.
on Amazon pre-order. It comes out on Halloween, but pre-order it now. Get some fucking hype behind that, fuckheads. And CISO, June 22nd,
Yeah.
our special, Doug Stanhope hosts the Comedians with Brendan Walsh and Glenn Wool and Morgan Murphy and myself from Austin,
Yeah.
South by Southwest.
Can't wait to
We
see that.
Taped it in March. You'll love to see them on it.
I can't just because
Can't wait to
of
see the
just
editing.
because of Doug's like reticence to plug
Yeah.
it. I can't wait to see it because I know what he said when he came back.
Right.
He loved watching everyone else do their comedy.
Exactly.
He has no idea what they're going to put on film for him. That's great.
Yep.
Hennigan edited, right?
Yeah, Hennigan did
ahead.
the editing, so I know he saved me and cut out as much fucking horror as possible, but I didn't leave him a lot of
Yeah, not a lot of squiggle
tap
room.
dancing room. So I do have a link that I'm not going to look at till I start working on the shit for this tour that's coming up in 2 days. So I'm probably working on that right now, going, oh fuck, oh shit, oh I stepped all over that. All right, let's close it out with Bird Cloud, and we'll see you on the road.